Hey kiddos. All right, so we're back for writing. So today during writing, we are going to be looking at a informational text that someone has written. So remember on Friday, you researched online and you got your 4 informational facts about your animal. And if you didn't, we need to get that done. But I diverge. So we're going to be looking at an informational text, and then we're going to be looking at another text and comparing them. And I want you to think about, as I'm reading this to you, I want you to think about, did they just list these facts out? Because of course you could get your writing out and just start listing your facts, but would that make it an informational text? And would that make it exciting for your reader to read? So I want you to think about, how did they word their information and how did they list it for you? So our informational text is in your informational text booklet if you want to get that out. If you don't, it's in front of you right now. So it's called sea pigs. Do you think that all pigs live on land? Well, they don't. Deep down on the ocean floor are amazing creatures called sea pigs. These animals are 6-inch long pinkish globs with pointed legs, sometimes up to 7 pairs of them. They also have 6 whip-like growths on top of their bodies that look like antennae. And if that weren't enough odd body parts, 10 feeding tentacles surround their mouths. Some scientists say their fat appearance got them the name sea pigs, but other scientists say it's because of how they eat. Sea pigs are deposit feeders. That means they scrounge around the deep sea ooze for food, just like land pigs scrounge around earth mud for food. The scientist name for sea pigs is actually scotoplanes. What else is amazing about scotoplanes? They walk along the floor in the deepest, coldest, darkest part of the ocean in search of rotting food. Hundreds of them might gather to dine on a whale carcass. Jenny's so interested in this. Scotoplanes are the only sea creatures in the group called sea cucumbers that have legs to walk around on. They sure don't look like cucumbers to me. Then again, they don't look like pigs either. So I want you to think about, did they just list the facts out or did they make it interesting? Did they kind of spread those facts out and add more detail? Because let's go to this. This says, sea pigs live in the ocean. They are round. They are 6 inches long. They have pointed legs. They eat what they can find in the mud. How are these two descriptions different? Think about that. How are they different? What did the first author do compared to the second author? We want to be more like the first author, okay? The second author just gave us information. Didn't really make it interesting, okay? If you notice in that first, okay, there are different types of sentences, okay? We have right here, thinking in your head, what is this sentence called? Ends in a question mark. Interrogative sentence, good. Okay, and then we've got some declarative sentences where we're just giving information. We also have some exclamatory sentences. So we've mixed up those different sentence types. If I flip back here, you can see all of these end in a period. They're all declarative. Okay, so we want to be more like this author. We want to vary our sentence types. So today, you are going to be starting on your introduction. If you haven't finished finding all 4 facts, at least 4 facts, you need to do that. So remember, in order to do that, Jenny's telling you how to do it. You go to Google, and then you type in interesting facts about, and then whatever animal, because you have to have your animal today. No excuse. and then get those facts done because you need to start on your introduction. Shh, please. So when you're writing your introduction, you need to make sure that, I'm going to move me over here real quick. You have a sentence that grabs the reader. So a good way to grab a reader on an informational text is to find something like weird or odd or super interesting about your animal. So if you don't have that yet, you have the time right now to go find it, okay? So giving some odd fact right at the beginning grabs that reader in, okay? You can also ask a question like our author did here. Do you think that all pigs live on land? Oops, I'm getting lost in all my tabs up there. So you can start with a question. You can start with an interesting fact. Okay. After you do that, you need to at least introduce the animal. So you can tell on the, right here, this is their introduction, paragraph 1. It says, do you think that all pigs live on land? Well, they don't. Deep down on the ocean floor are amazing creatures called sea pigs. So that's 3 sentences right there. I want 3 sentences for your introduction. You can do it. Remember, find a super interesting fact about your animal or ask a question like, are you afraid of great white sharks? Question mark. Well, you shouldn't be. Great white sharks are blah, blah, blah. And then that's it. Okay. Or have you ever heard of the whatever creatures that weird creature with the rough skin? Okay. Just whatever you can think to grab your reader. Okay. If you're doing ducks, quack, quack. Ducks are super interesting creatures because they blah, blah, blah. Introduction, at least 3 sentences done today on the introduction page in your informational text. You got it. Okay, finish it so you guys can go out to recess. All right, again, love you guys. Be good.